record. And it is now recording. All right. Hello to everyone on YouTube. I am Ryker Eve, and this is my friend Quantum. So a lot of you were probably wondering why it's taking so long for me to upload a new video. So here's a story for you. Before this new PC came in, I used a Mac, and on that Mac was iMovie. I used iMovie for basically everything. However, there was a problem. It was old, very old. So it would keep on asking me for an update that it couldn't do, like at all. You know, so no matter how hard I tried, it wouldn't update. So one day, Discord was also not working on that PC, like it was failing to do any updates. So on that day, I actually uninstalled all of Discord and then reinstalled it, and the program worked and the update went through. Another day, I decided to get some videos out of the way nice and early in the morning. Me being tired, wasn't thinking clearly at this point. I got up on my computer and lo and behold, guess what popped up? The same icon telling me that there was an update that I couldn't do. Me being tired as I was, clicked on it and saying, sure, I'll wait for the update to go through. Needless to say, it didn't go through. And me and my brain, thinking the same way that Discord worked, also thought that this would work as well. Ladies and gentlemen, that did not work at all. So I uninstalled iMovie from my iMac. And since I didn't have a backup on my iMac, it was deleted basically permanently forever. It was a sinking feeling knowing that one of the best programs that I could probably use on the PC was gone. So then I started the process of looking for a video editing software that would work on said very old PC. It's like 10 plus years old. And not many programs are free, and even less of them would still work on it. So there was technically 2 programs that worked with an old iMac. It was VideoPad and another program, which I don't even remember the name for because it was so horrible, because it would freeze every time I opened the thing, which actually led me to many emergency resets just so that I could be on the computer. So then I explained my woes to my good friend Quantum over here and several other clanmates. And, you know, Quantum, being the best clanmate that I think I have at this point, offered me the computer that I'm using now. And it is a beast of a thing. Like, at the moment of this recording, only half of the things are connected and working. Quantum, why? We're not on TV, especially a tube TV.
Because the background with the green thing is all over the place. That looks more better. Go ahead.
So as of this recording, only the recording bit works, and I already have DaVinci's Resolve downloaded, the free version, by the way, downloaded and ready to go. I still need to work on OBS, streaming software, getting Elgato set up, and all that. So, Quantum, let's get into the builds that you made for me, basically.
Sure. Let's start with some of the basics. A lot of it, you know, I'm not going to go into pricing and stuff like that. Let me adjust this. There we go. Ain't like that. But, you know, it was basically my third PC I was putting together. More like I was going to give it to my kids. You know, it has the bare minimum, but the exact same. It will work function as your least gaming or editing PC, whatever you choose to use it for. It works for either direction you choose to go in. and it has some of the basic stuff. I will go over it with some of the components with you momentarily, but let's start with some of the base stuff. Now, we have the processor, which is I believe it was the Ryzen 5, was the 3600, which is generally fast, and it's like the basis for most stuff. You know, you have, again, whether you want to edit videos, you want to edit your YouTube, your Twitch, stuff like that, the minimum, even gaming, you would want to have is a Ryzen or 5, which is, you know, is next to hyper-threading, but it's not as fast, but is cheap, but you don't lose. There's nothing to be lost. You know, it's a great, you know, CPU. It works great. There's no loss. Along with the Hexa-Core, there's no loss in between switching of different multitasking and stuff like that. You will never see it. It's really, really good, and then it's affordable for the price that you get it for. And the motherboard, I believe, was the ASROCK. Yeah, I believe it was the ASROCK, which is, again, standard motherboard you can find any place. It's generally really under like 50 bucks. I don't know why I'm going to analytics of that, but it has the basis of all you need as far as your back trim, whatever you need as far as your applications you want to apply, have all the outs and ins as far as your memory card slots, everything that you basically need up to 30 gigabytes, 32 gigabytes, if I'm correct. All that's available on this actual motherboard, and it works with pretty much any top line. You can take the ASROCK company, which has been around for years. You can take any motherboard that they made, and you can add the smallest or the cheapest processing systems like that, and it will make it run, you know, at any speed that you want it at. And it's phenomenal. Like there's just no real loss. And then it has all the options. You know, if you want to add, you can, with this particular motherboard, so I can jump over it, you can actually put in 2 operating systems on one motherboard. It's pretty decent. You should look it up.
Cool.
Amazon will have to sell them on Amazon. I would have put links. So what we're going to happen is we're going to do another video, or if this video goes up on Twitch or YouTube, I will have all the description links inside the video in the comment section where you can go on, click on it, go look at it, see if it's something that works for you and it fits for you and that you can use and you can afford, and you get you started. This is like a starting kind of gaming PC.
Yeah, just give me all the links in Discord, and then I'll put it into the video description.
Yeah,
when we do that.
Correct. Then you have the operating storage system, which is the standard Seagate. It was 480, and that's to me is too small, because when you start installing all kind of programs, it's gonna take up all that space. So I upgraded to a 1 terabyte Seagate SSD. Pretty fast. Anything with a operating system or storage, you want to use SSDs. They're really reliable. They're very fast. There's no general data loss at all. It's amazing. So that's basically in there as well. I believe there was 3 fans. There's 2 in the front, 1 in the back.
Yes.
Is your standard type of fans. You can put in whatever you want. They were basic. I mean, some people like to have the LEDs on them, stuff like that. That's totally
I didn't need that, which I thank you for not putting in.
Yeah, so we weighed that option. The memory, I believe, is 2 gigabytes. I believe is the Patriot Lion memory strips, which are pretty strong, because you can, you know, it's 16, but if you went as high as 32, it wouldn't even be needed because 16 is enough. So, but it's slotted, if I'm correct. There's 4. There's 2 next to each other on the motherboard on the ASROCK, and it's 2 in a different locations. So you can add 2 more if you want it. If you want that speed or that interchange and multitask ability, but you really don't need it. It's
yeah, I don't need it for what I need for this PC to do.
That is correct. And the power supply, I believe, is the Thermaltake 7-watt, pretty strong. It should be able to take a lot. I mean, the most you can go with most power supplies, I think, is up to 800. This is 7, which is phenomenally good. I mean, some people that have bigger systems go for the 1,000-watt. You don't need all that, because that does the minimum, and it's going to do whatever you need to do, and it's never going to fail you. And the heart, the true heart of this whole system, I'm gonna start up with the graphic card, was the Vertex NVIDIA GTA 1660 Super. The TI wasn't available, so I went with the Super. 4K, 8K, as long as you have the ability to correspond with it. The 8K is available. If you have 8K monitors or TV, you can't really see that difference. You have to have it, but it can go up from 4K to 8K, which is pretty good. And it keeps you at a 6 GB amount of speed. So there's no real heating, but it's phenomenal because it comes with 4 ports. I believe there's 3 display ports, which display ports give you a better picture, better sound, everything, depending on what you want to use that HDMI for. And then your standard HDMI, which I probably never would use, but if a person wants to have multiple monitors or TVs, that avenue is well open for them to do. You just gotta make sure they have the display port HDMIs for the actual ports, because it's 3 of them, so you gotta have them. You can't plug anything else into them. It's a phenomenal, like basic, like there's 580s, but the 16 Super, the TI is okay. The Super was a lot better because it gives you more. And then to keep everything running well, it's supposed to go, you have most people have the liquid cooling system. This one has the queen set cooling system. Not even gonna go into the price about it, but it's actually liquid cooling, which is a standard thing for most PCs now to help with the fans, alleviate a lot of heat, but does that to keep a cooler speed for the GPU and the CPU so they can run at their max abilities and requirements for the system to do whatever it needs to do. I recommend it. I mean, there's ones out there that are probably a little bit cheaper. This was one I have in my system, so I definitely had to get it for this particular system. And as always, the operating system of choice or operating program is Windows 10. You have Home and you have Professional. I believe this one is Home. I think Home you can get for real cheap, but I think this will have got the website. Also, that's something I will have in the links that Mr. Ryker will share, where you can go in and you can pick the one you want. You give them a little bit of money, something like that, and they send you the actual Windows 10 if you want to have Professional. Professional comes with a lot of other stuff, but Home is just the basics of what you would need. And and that's pretty much it. The tower really is the standard tower. No one had one, so I had to go to the good people over at CLX, which is a up and coming gaming attribution of different type of PC laptops and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure if you've seen the advertisement, if you've been on YouTube or Twitch, they advertise all the time. They out there amongst the others, the Cyber Power. You have what was the other one? Cyber Power was somebody else. Now we have CLX. Something Rock. When I remember the name, I'll also leave the website information with Mr. Ryker to put in the link so you can check their PCs out. They sell them built, they sell them apart. And this was the actual tower that was needed. No one had it, even Newegg, so I just purchased it from them. I said, hey, I just need the tower. They was like, okay, no problem. They sent me the link to just order the tower. I wouldn't have purchased it and had it shipped. The tower was actually the first thing that actually came, and it has room enough. Like I said, the 3 fans and your cooling system. If you want to be creative, the top of the tower allows you space for 2 more fans if you want, with a total of 5 fans. It's totally operational, for you, what you feel comfortable with. If you want to believe that you need that to circulate and keep the PC running at optimum speed, as long as it's cool, it's not heating up. It's total optional, but that's the basis of that particular system. And I will put it in. Anything else is standard. Like whatever if your landline, it has a optimum jack for speakers. If you go that option for speakers and stuff like that, it gives you, I believe, like 6 USBs. I apologize. You get 6 USBs, and it has the standard HDMI plug, but you don't really use it because the graphic card is already plugged in and programmed, ready to go. So everything is going to run off the actual graphic card. So those are options if you didn't have a graphic card. That's what's great about the ASROCK. It also has its own graphic card built in. So if you don't have a motherboard, just plug it right into the back of the ASROCK, and you'll get good quality, but it's nothing hands-on compares to the actual GeForce or NVIDIA graphic cards, which are top line these days. Myself, I'm looking for a 280. If anybody got one on sale, you know, hey, I'm listening. I'll take a used one because they're pretty expensive out there. But that's basically the PC that I actually put together. Like I said, you know, good friend Ryker here, and I knew that he was down for a while. We have fun together. You know, we have our videos, we have our Zoom, we get on, we play the games. I've already enjoyed his attention, his desire, and what he brings to the editing, video, and the streaming kind of experience. And I had the same desire. So that's the way I felt like we click a lock on that. And he was down for a while. So instead of me, I figured, hey, I'm not going to give this PC, you know, to my son because he already has one. I'm going to go ahead and give it a Ryker. I need him back in here. We have fun editing the videos, getting them out to y'all, shooting up to YouTube. Hey, you know, in hopes that this will get him where he needs to be at. Also myself following and, you know, become a known name in the YouTube gaming community for what it was worth, man. I felt like, hey, it was worth giving it to you. I had no problem with it. I just need you back out here. I need this to create magic. And I don't mean Magic Johnson, but just magic. That's the tall tale of it all. But that's my story. Sound a little boring. I probably cross out a little bit. I'm looking away because the camera is all over the place. But that's the story behind the creation of this basic monster that I was able to put together, and it ran well for the two optimum strong, you know, components that ran with it. It never gave me an issue. It's a phenomenal system. It will last for a long time.
Yeah, and I do thank Quantum for this computer. Like, this computer was already in planning before even the incident happened with my Mac. Like, it was just a thought process to Quantum at this point, because, you know, I kept on saying that I need a better computer to do what I want. Because with my Mac, you were very limited on what you can do in iMovie. Like, I wanted to do overlays, you know, like point an arrow down here or have a circle there, describing different things. And, you know, you couldn't do that in iMovie, not my version anyway. And, you know, I tried it in other video editors, and while I could do it, the video that I planned to do it in, I couldn't put out because the video editor that I was using, VideoPad, said if you want to use, if you want to export this, you have to now buy our full program. And I'm short on money. I'm broke. I cannot justify buying a video program just to have those overlays. So when Quantum offered this PC to me, it was amazing that he was willing to do this for me as a clanmate, and even more just as a good friend, because me and Quantum do get along well together. And, you know, funny thing actually happened. When I first got this PC, I ignored the graphics card ports. I plugged the HDMI in straight into the motherboard, and nothing showed up. I panicked. I thought something broke. You know, I was reaching out to Quantum, who was busy that day. I reached out to Nitrous, who was also busy that day. Everyone was busy. So I was basically on my own. So I ended up just going up to Google, and they sent me a YouTube video. And, you know, it was like the 17th option, and said, if you have a graphics card, plug it in there first. So, you know, I felt very idiotic because this is my first PC that I had ever owned and used. Like, if you took any look at my family, everyone has iPhones and iMacs. And, you know, I'm the one that would basically strayed away. I'm the only Android phone user of the family. So it's pretty unique for me because it's been a while since I actually had to work with a PC like this. Like back in the day when PCs were new to a household, my mother actually had a normal PC, not a Mac. So, and to finally be able to video edit again is something that I've been wanting to do, because the thing that I want to do with basically, you know, do YouTube and Twitch is to just better communicate. Like right now I'm doing a good job because of my friend Quantum here, because I am talking to someone and not just a camera. So with Quantum here, it sounds way more natural, and it's someone that I am actually familiar with. So, you know, we can talk all day and I won't have any stuttering issues or, you know, pausing for words or having difficulty finding words. So that's the whole premise of YouTube and Twitch. I just want to be a better communicator and to get my thoughts out there. And I want to thank you all for joining me in that journey. If you do eventually, you know, follow, subscribe, and do all that stuff on either platform. So thank you for joining me on this journey. And I hope you guys stick around to see a lot more. Quantum, I think that's it. Are we done?
Yeah, about 2 hours ago. But yeah, no argument here. It's always been a pleasure talking with you as always. We always find the most meaningful and topics to talk about and have a, you know, a meaningful connection, because we have something similar that we like and we like to do, and I believe we do it well. So hopefully, like I said, in the future, as Mr. Ryker Eve here prepares himself to venture into his video editing and recreate and fill out for his desires to entertain, put together and send out to you, post via, you know, I won't say YouTube, I can say Twitch, but YouTube, and you find entertaining, man, like you said, you know, there's always that big red button that you subscribe, hit the bell, and be notified for every time that Mr. Ryker Eve uploads a video. And I hope you enjoyed. This has been a great video, great time, a reinvention of Ryker Eve. I'm also working on some overlays and stuff to send out, so it's going to be his year, I believe. So with your support, he can go a long way. Thank you.
All right. Everyone, this has been a momentous occasion for me. So thank you for watching. I will put links in the description for both YouTube and for Twitch for both Quantum and myself into the description box as well, along with all the things that he listed that he put into my PC. Another thing that I should note, that if any of you also get into video editing, Quantum will heavily advise to get a memory that holds a lot of storage. Just putting that out. Like even on my Mac, which has like a terabyte of memory, just editing takes up a lot of memory. So the recommendation is that you have a huge amount of memory when you make and create videos, and to delete them immediately so that they don't take up space. That is my personal recommendation right there.
Or you just pick up 3 or 4 of them
and just keep it all in there.
I believe there's space inside the PC where that he just to buy 2 or 3 more trays. The 700 watt power supply provides 5 different outlets of power. For
are those all those wires that are tied up right there?
Yes. You take those. Hey, all they got, he believes he needs the data cable. He can have multiple hard drives in one PC. That way he have, if he goes out and he buys 4 terabytes, He can just label them Y for YouTube, T for Twitch and whatever. And when he does his videos, he saves it to that particular hard drive, and it alleviates stress on the main hard drive. And all he has to do is his main programs, they go into the main hard drive. Anything he's going to do video wise, actual recording and editing, if you put it on either 1 or 2 or 3, depending on how many internal hard drives or second drives you want to have, he would never lose speed. The PC will continue to optimize at the speed it's supposed to be in. And all you got to do is label them. Go and label them as you attach them. Like I said, the power supply offers 5. So he can take 3 of those, pull the wires out, tap, 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 run them into the side, put them in the storage bin. The storage bin is right next to the power supply. You slide it, it snaps right in. You don't even got to move it. And he's got to get 3 data cable wires for each hard drive. And you attach this to the obstacles. It's 2 ports. It's your power to the hard drive, and then it's your data. Each port. Now the motherboard has exactly 4 to 5. They are right in the same area. They're lined up. You just got to tap each one of them, and your hard drives are all into your computer, and you're good to go. You're good to go.
Everyone, thank you for watching. This has been a momentous occasion for me. I haven't slept correctly for a good week when Quantum actually sent me the pictures telling me that it was on the way. And you know, even on the day in question, I woke up at 2 a.m. and the package wasn't supposed to be here until 7 p.m. and it arrived at 11 a.m. So I was running high on adrenaline, and in fact, I'm still running high on adrenaline a little bit because I woke up at 3 a.m. this morning and needed something to do. So thank you guys for watching. This has been Ryker Eve. This has been Quantum signing off and telling you to have a good day.
Rocks and